Former President Barack Obama is on the campaign. He is out there, he's doing events, he's trying to get people to vote for Kamala Harris, and sometimes in positive ways, and we'll show you those, sometimes in kind of like guilting and browbeating ways. Let's take a look at this and we'll debate.
We have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. When you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you, understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences.
Okay, so look, you've probably seen going around, the headlines are Barack Obama tells black men you have to vote for Harris, which to some extent does describe what he did. And I think it's like every campaign cycle has a couple moments where either the candidate or a high profile surrogate is like, just do it, just like in some form or another. And that I think a lot of people find annoying. I find it to be annoying. I also, more importantly than annoying, I don't generally find it to be super persuasive because it's not really persuasion. Like you could persuade, or you could just tell someone kind of you have to do it. Now that said, this is like, it's a genre of things that people say to get someone to vote. And I don't think that they're all exactly the same. And so do I think that he should have done this? Maybe in a different way, but I also think some people are sort of implying that like it came out of nowhere or anything. Why is he all of a sudden admonishing black men specifically? But he's talking to a group of black men, so it kind of makes sense that he would tailor the message to them. And it's not like he just said, you have to vote for her. He couched it in a lot of stuff that isn't necessarily super persuasive to me. Maybe it's persuasive to some of the voters. So I think this one is kind of like a medium case of the things Democrats do. And I think that he can sell it a little bit better. But that said, there has been a lot of pushback against it. And we're gonna discuss, Brett, but before we discuss, I just wanna lay out the stats, sort of why he would be saying this. So the NAACP released a poll on Friday that found 1 in 4 younger black men are backing Donald Trump. So overall, 63% of black voters favor Harris, only 13% back Trump, which is, it's not that much higher than the normal historical average. But when you break it down to different demographic groups, that's when it's a little bit more unbalanced. So 2/3 of black women back Harris, only a little bit less than 50% of black men back Harris. And as you saw, when you combine, you intersect that demographic with the younger group, then it's even more so. So with all that said, Brett, what do you make of this and what Obama said?
There's a hilarious, Obama's just having a conversation with people.
Mm-hmm.
There is a hilarious myth in America, in American politics, and that myth is the other side does identity politics. My side doesn't do identity politics. The right now is so hilarious because they're like, listen, the left, all they do is grab people by their identity and talk to them. Meanwhile, I'm watching football and there's an ad of Donald Trump saying, yo, black people, the Biden administration isn't doing right by you, black people. And it shows like black people. And there's a video going around. There's a Facebook AI photo of Donald Trump on a poach with black people. I'm doing it in their, basically how insulting it is, the way that they portray it, right?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, how many times have I heard the Trump side go like, white people have it bad these days? Oh, it's so bad, marginalized white people. Oh, affirmative action. Oh, it's white people have it so bad. It seems like the original condition of the American, as put forth by the Trump campaign and in large parts the Democrat campaign, is the original condition of Americans is just wanting to complain about stuff.
Yeah.
That's it. Like And you can and like there's so many times throughout the day where as a politician or a news person, you talk to people, you're communicating, you're trying to get through to everybody, right? That's your job. That's actually your obligation, is to communicate with people. And there's all different kinds of ways to communicate. You're right. They made it sound like Obama showed up and was like, hey, you idiot black men. No, but he was like, I want to have a conversation with you guys. And this is one of the conversations. And what's hilarious is that it's all the like white operatives from the Trump campaign who are saying there's something wrong about the way a black man's talking to black men.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just stupid. At the end of the day, everybody is just like so like just sack up. That's all I have to say. Everybody just sack up.
He should have said that, honestly. And look, we don't know what he said before that, what he said after that. I think some people's criticism might be he's couching it in she has something like the same lived experience as you, rather than saying she will do X, Y, and Z policy-wise. And some people prefer to keep it in that area.
It's so lazy, dude. It's so late. Do you know how long he talked to people for? How long his event was, how long his speech was? And they're like chomping down on one thing.
Yeah, no, I get it. And we're gonna chomp on other things. Don't worry, there's gonna be chomping to go around. But yeah, what I would say is, look, again, I don't 100% think that if you have any kind of issue with it or notes, that's necessarily a problem. I also think it's not Pokemon Go to the polls. It's not, and I don't think it's Joe Biden, then you ain't black, Jack. Like, I don't think it's that either. There is a continuum, and we're at points on the continuum, I think. That said, really fast, Trump responded to Obama's comment. They're different people in some fairly significant ways. Trump responded to Obama's comment by truthing or bleeding. Obama admits a total lack of enthusiasm for Kamala, which I don't think he did, especially with capital B black, capital M men. I think Obama will be voting for me because he doesn't like the fact that Kamala is an extremely low IQ person. And it takes a special level of racism to be like, I think the former black president is gonna vote for me rather than the black candidate because she's a stupid black woman. I think there's a lot going on there and I don't like any of it. Now, she is trying to, I guess, reconsolidate some of these demographics to vote for her. There's been some campaigning in Michigan that's sort of focused on that, and in Wisconsin as well. The campaign, as generally is the case with Democrats, is launching Souls to the Polls efforts to get black churchgoers to turn out. You generally see a lot of that. I know the Republicans tried to outlaw some of it in Georgia specifically. But anyway, she isn't speaking the same way as Obama about this, but she is aware of the problem and is trying to do something. When you click the join button and become a tier 2 member, you get access to all of our weekly top 10 lists. What are you waiting for?